There are people who are watching what is going here all over the world.
Kuna watu ambao wanatutazama sasa hivi Kenya tunavyoendelea duniani kote.
That's why you see that station over there.
Ndio maana unaona ile stationi pale.
They are shooting what is going on and it's going all over the world.
Wanarekodi hivi na kusambaza kule kwenye mitandao kote duniani.
There are people who are gathered and they are in this service.
Kuna watu ambao wamekusanyika kwingi wako pamoja nasi kwenye ibada.
And we thank God for the media.
Nasi tunashukuru Mungu kwa sababu ya vyombo vya dola.
Amen.
Asante. Amen.
I want to call upon Daisy from Heroes.
Basi tunataka tumuite Daisy from Heroes
to come and read the eulogy.
Aje asome risala.
And so that we can go now to the preaching.
Ili tuweze kuingia kwenye sehemu nyingineyo ya mahubiri.
This is the life story of the late Dr. Weston Gitonga, who was born in the year 1957 in the village of Kamuyu, Nyeri County, to the late Gibson Kareri and mother Wanjera. He was the brother to William Kinyeru, Lucy Ndegwa, Raphael Wamithi of Moi University, Anne Muthoni, Joseph Karau, and Stephen Mwaneki, brother-in-law to Karanu, Wanjiro, Reverend Gikonyo, the late Gikonyo, the late Wanjiko, Wakabi, the late Gisheru, Pastor Kamau of GEC Losogwa, Wanjiro, Ngugi, the late Mudhoni, Njeri, and Canon Andegwa. As a young boy, Dr. Weston enrolled for his primary school education at Tetu Boys in the year 1968, and from the onset, it was obvious he was industrious and hardworking, for besides picking coffee at the white settlers' farms, he was also sinking boreholes in partnership with other like-minded boys in the village for a small fee, albeit after school. His mother was not very receptive of the young Dr. Weston's extra activities because, like any mother, she felt it was important for him to get a good education. Luckily, he could handle both because he sat for the CPE exams in the year 1974 and passed very well to later join Federal High School for his O-level education till 1978. He gave his life to Jesus while at Federal High School, and upon completing his O-levels, Dr. Weston immediately immersed himself in spreading the gospel, inspired by the charismatic Bishop Henry Marandi and Margaret Wangare after attending the Duos Crusade in Nyeri town. At 18 years, he will traverse Nyeri and its environs in a gospel odyssey, gaining confidence to face crowds in Nairobi and Naivasha. It wasn't a journey without challenges as captured in his book, My Untold Story, but he soldiered on, earning the title missionary. He was inducted into ministry work by Apostle Mrima, who had a huge influence in his spiritual growth as he headed various outreach posts, including one in Kisumu. But at the peak of his career, he quit the ministry to go back to school to pursue a teaching career at Kagumo Teachers in 1980. While at the institution, he soon reignited his gospel outreach missions. An ardent guitar lover, Weston joined a music training group, and it was during his guitar practice session at Kagumo that he met Violet, with whom a great friendship began. After college, Weston was posted to Kitui and Violet to Muranga, but their friendship blossomed until finally wed. Family life for Violet and Weston began when they adopted Alice Wangui and later welcomed their firstborn son, Sam Gitonga, in 1985. The lovely Joy Wamboi was later born to the family in 1987, and finally the last born, the late Joy Frimboro, aka Boss, in 1988. In 1986, Weston attended a Billy Graham conference in Amsterdam that changed his life because immediately after returning to Kenya, he quit his teaching job and settled in Nyahururu to recollect his life in ministry, and he never looked back since then. He got off to a rocky start, facing various challenges, but soon gained ground as he passionately spread the gospel. He later left for Benin State in Nigeria under the General of the Faith, Dr. Archbishop Benson Idahosa, in 1989 to attend theology classes, leaving his family in Kenya. After completing his studies in the early 90s, he returned to Kenya to find his once vibrant church had disintegrated, but he rebuilt it by engaging his faithfuls once more with renewed vigor and wisdom. He established a Bible college with tremendous assistance from John Hubbard and Harold Ebley from the USA, quickly growing in leaps and bounds with outputs in Uganda, Zambia, Tanzania, Rwanda, and even the DRC. The college has graduated many great men of God. Dr. Weston pursued a degree in theology at the Vision International College in Australia. He had an honorary doctorate degree from Baptist International Theological University in Rwanda in 1987. Dr. Weston founded the then Inter-Christian Faith Ministry, which later evolved to Jesus Exaltation Ministry International, with over 120 churches in Kenya and abroad. In 1995, Dr. Weston decided to travel all the way to Rwanda right after the genocide to extend his hand to the needy. He used to carry food and clothes for the Rwandese who were in the refugee camps with the help of Bishop Bernard Nduti. His heart was always in Rwanda, where he left a very big impact and a faithful following. He always regarded Rwanda as his second home. Dr. Weston met Andrew Seavright, and Andrew was on a mission to Kenya with Apostle Harold from the USA, and the idea of the heroes of the nation was born. The inspiration was purely to provide care for the many orphaned and vulnerable children. Most of them were left behind by their parents. Andrew will become a global ambassador for Heroes of the Nation, mobilizing donors to support the noble vision as Dr. Weston and Reverend Violet handled the daily running of the orphanage. From 23 kids initially to a population of at least 700 kids in session today. In 2016, Dr. Weston and Heroes of the Nation leadership initiated a program to cater for the postgraduate education for the graduates' Hero Inheritance Kit, with Titus Hug becoming the main donor. The program is now supporting more than 40 graduates, mostly in Nakuru town. Heroes of the Nation is a true legacy for Dr. Weston. In 2010, Dr. Weston met David Crawford from Australia, who initiated the idea of a radio station to support the orphanage. David hustled for the equipment in his native Australia, and after several hitches, mainly on licensing and an elusive frequency, Hero Radio finally hit the airwave, and Dr. Weston took a back seat in the station to let Sam run the reins. The station now enjoys a great listener base in Nakuru and around Nakuru town. Dr. Weston was an inspiration to many. Early 2017, he spearheaded the Moral Revolution movement inspired by Chris Valaton from Bethel Church. The movement champions morality among the youth, and the launch attracted over 2,000 youths. He had a vision of passing his great teachings to generations across the world. He authored and published 2 books, namely Making of a Hero, Untold Story of Weston Gitonga, and In Pursuit of a Higher Calling. The 2 books received very positive reviews locally and internationally. Being ever ambitious, Dr. Weston decided to pursue politics in 2013 and 2017, joining the Laikipia senatorial race, and although he lost on both occasions, it was a great achievement by challenging the otherwise strong contenders. His most recent engagement was a trip to Pakistan, majorly a Muslim country, where Dr. Weston had always looked forward to preach. Dr. Weston had a great fighting spirit, and ever since being diagnosed with diabetes back in 1998, he shook off various ailments attributed to diabetes. He was promoted to glory on the morning of Sunday, 4th November 2018. He leaves behind a loving wife, Reverend Violet Waithera, son Sam Gitonga or Sam West, daughter Alice Wangui and Joy Wamboi, who dearly loved and looked upon their dad. He was the father-in-law to Bishop Sami Mwangi, Marvin Aranga, and singer Vivian Wambui. He will be dearly missed by his grandchildren, Ty West, Samara, Kellan, Joan, David, friends, church, and the entire Heroes of the Nation family. Beyond his close-knit family, Weston was a father to many, including the hundreds, if not thousands, of children who got their education and care at Heroes of the Nation from inception to date. We love you, Dad. Shine on your way.
Now, I want us to stand, all of us, please.
Sasa naomba wote tusimame.
Let's stand up.
Tusimame.
Stretch yourself.
Tujinyoshe.
This time I want to call upon one gospel. Let me call them the people who have been leading in the worship industry.
Napenda niite mmoja wa wale ambao wamekuwa kiongoza katika huduma ya kuabudu.
Weston was afraid of many people.
Dr. Weston alikuwa rafiki wa watu wengi.
And one of his friends is none other than Sarah Carey, who is together with us.
Na mmoja wao alikuwa si mwingine ila ni dada Sarah Carey ambaye yuko nasi leo.
And I'm going to request her to come here so that she can lead us into a moment of worship.
Nitamuomba aje tuongoze kwenye sehemu ya kuabudu hapa.
So that we can go to the next part of the program.
Ili tuingie kwingineko.
Welcome, woman of